Cain Velasquez, a former UFC heavyweight champion, was sentenced on March 24, 2025, to 5 years in prison following a no-contest plea to charges including attempted murder, felony assault, and multiple weapons-related offenses. This sentencing stems from an incident on February 28, 2022, in Morgan Hill, California, where Velasquez engaged in an 11-mile high-speed car chase and fired multiple shots at a truck carrying 3 people: Harry Goulart, Goulart's mother Patricia Bender, and Goulart's stepfather Paul Bender. The chase was motivated by Velasquez's belief that Goulart had molested his then 4-year-old son at a daycare operated by Goulart's mother. During the pursuit, Velasquez rammed the vehicle and discharged a registered .40 caliber handgun, striking Paul Bender in the arm and torso, causing non-life-threatening injuries, but permanent nerve damage to Bender's arm. Goulart, the intended target, was unharmed. The incident began after Goulart was charged with felony lewd acts with a minor related to the alleged molestation of Velasquez's son. Goulart, who has pleaded not guilty, was out on bail with GPS monitoring at the time of the shooting, and his criminal trial is scheduled for June 2, 2025. Velasquez, enraged by the allegations and Goulart's release, took matters into his own hands, leading to the chase that spanned from Morgan Hill to San Jose. The shooting occurred near a busy area, including proximity to an elementary school, endangering bystanders. Following the event, Velasquez was arrested without incident by the Morgan Hill Police Department. A search of his phone later revealed queries such as sexual assault case where victim's family fights back, and sexual assault cases where victim's family retaliates, indicating premeditation. Though this charge was dropped as part of his plea deal, Velasquez faced 10 felony counts, including attempted murder, shooting at an occupied vehicle, 3 counts of assault with a firearm, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, willfully discharging a firearm from a vehicle, and carrying a loaded firearm with intent to commit a felony. Initially pleading not guilty, he spent 8 months in jail before being released on $1 million bail in November 2022. While on bail and under house arrest with an ankle monitor, he resumed coaching at American Kickboxing Academy and made wrestling appearances. In August 2024, he changed his plea to no contest, avoiding a trial set for September 9, 2024, and eliminating the possibility of a life sentence with parole. The sentencing hearing took place at the Santa Clara County Hall of Justice in San Jose, presided over by Judge Arthur Bicangra. Prosecutors, led by Deputy District Attorney Aaron French, sought a 30 years to life sentence, arguing that Velasquez's actions were reckless, endangered the public, and undermined the judicial system. In contrast, Velasquez's defense attorney, Renee Hessling, requested probation with no additional jail time, citing his lack of prior criminal history and the emotional context of the case. Impact statements were delivered by Velasquez, his wife, his 15-year-old daughter, and the Bender family. Velasquez expressed remorse, stating, "My actions were reckless and extremely dangerous. I'm ashamed and regretful for how I handled myself," and emphasized his acceptance of responsibility. Judge Bicangra, visibly emotional during the ruling, sentenced Velasquez to 5 years, crediting him with 1,283 days for time served, including jail and house arrest, meaning he will serve approximately 542 more days, about 1 year in prison. The judge noted the case's uniqueness, weighing the mitigating factors, Velasquez's clean record and the trauma of his son's alleged abuse, against the aggravating factors, the public danger posed by the chase and shooting. The courtroom was packed with around 70 spectators, reflecting the case's high profile. The sentence drew mixed reactions. Velasquez's attorney called it bittersweet, acknowledging his return to custody, but appreciating the judge's consideration of the case's complexities. The Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office, via Assistant DA Angela Bernhard, expressed dissatisfaction with the leniency, but highlighted the message that vigilantism is unacceptable. Goulart's mother, Patricia Bender, called the sentence extremely disappointing, asserting that the molestation allegations were unfounded and that her family would prove this in Goulart's upcoming trial. Paul Bender, in his victim statement, criticized Velasquez for bypassing the legal system and detailed his ongoing physical and psychological trauma. Velasquez had widespread support from the MMA community, including UFC CEO Dana White and fighter Daniel Cormier, who vouched for his character during bail proceedings. In a podcast with Kyle Kingsbury before sentencing, Velasquez reflected on his actions, saying, "We cannot put the law in our own hands," and spoke of forgiving the Goulart family while focusing on his children's healing. His son, now older, was described as resilient and not defined by the incident. Additional legal context: the Velasquez family has also filed a civil lawsuit against Goulart, his family, and their daycare business, which remains ongoing. Goulart's criminal case will proceed separately, with the outcome potentially influencing public perception of Velasquez's actions. The 5-year sentence, significantly less than the prosecution's request, reflects a judicial balancing act between accountability and the extraordinary circumstances driving Velasquez's behavior.